Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside that weather window. And today, a beautiful spring day, but boy, lots of wind out there this afternoon. Cameras shaking around a little bit. That's our Omi Garden Sky-Fi Tower camera looking down at the Wenatchee Valley. And you can see lots of blue sky. We did see a bit of cloudiness out there today, but really not bad other than that pesky wind, with temperatures today mainly in the middle 60s. But look at this forecast as we move through the middle part of the week. We do have a chance for rain on Wednesday, but nice warm temperatures back down into the mid and upper 60s for Thursday and Friday, and then a chance and warm for this weekend. We'll have your complete North Central Washington weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. In an interview Friday with NCWLIFE Jefferson Robbins, Governor Jay Inslee talked about all things coronavirus. A Mattawa man in his 50s became the third Grant County resident to die from COVID-19. And heading into what is usually the beginning of tourism season at Lake Chelan, the mayor of Chelan has an unusual message for would-be tourists. Stay away. But first, we begin tonight. Governor Jay Inslee says he'll be lifting bans on several outdoor activities beginning May 5th. Those include fishing, hunting, golfing, and the reopening of state parks and Department of Natural Resources lands. Inslee said camping and team sports will remain prohibited under his stay home, stay healthy order in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Fishing was shut down by the State Department of Fish and Wildlife back on March 26th. DNR shut down state lands a day later. Golfing will be allowed in twosomes only. Inslee warned that if the virus spikes again in the state, the bans will be reinstated. Well, in an interview Friday with NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins, Governor Jay Inslee talked about all things coronavirus. With a limited restart to construction, Inslee says the reopening of Washington's economy has begun, but we can't afford to backslide against this pandemic.
One of the questions that came to mind, you just issued new rules on allowing certain forms of construction to go forward, construction that was already in progress, already permitted. Last week and the week before, our two counties here, Douglas and Chelan counties, passed their own resolutions trying to push this forward as well. Do you feel like the rules that you've issued today are the kind of things those counties were looking for? Are they going to satisfy Eastern Washington County's desire for construction to reopen?
Well, I don't know, and this is an iterative process. This is one first step to reopening our economy, and we hope that there'll be more. So we're going to continue to listen to people about their ideas. I think we'll learn from these first steps. I want to compliment the unions that have been working with the contracting community to come to a consensus about what safety protocols will be so people would be safe when they work, so they're safe and they don't take disease home to their families. And they helped us come to a consensus about those protocols. So we're going to watch this in operation. Hopefully it will allow us to open up more construction over time as soon as we test out these protocols, and assuming that this would not result in any increased infection rate. And this is something we're intensely interested in. We don't want to see our gains, and we have had gains. We have bent the curve. Washingtonians have been very committed to this in huge numbers, and as a result, we've reduced the growth rate of the infection, but we don't want to see it to go back up. So time will tell. I'm glad we've taken this first step, and I want to thank everyone for helping us move forward on this.
Some of those sentiments having to do with hunting and fishing and the sentiments I've seen expressed about construction sort of come back to the idea that Eastern Washington and rural Washington are just distinct enough from urban Washington to perhaps live and play by different rules under the coronavirus pandemic. What's your response to that particular idea?
Well, we wish that this virus was just, walled off in the Puget Sound area, but it's not. We've had big outbreaks in Yakima. We've seen a meat packing plant in Tri-Cities have to shut down. We currently have a large outbreak in an agricultural workers camp in the Chelan area. Adams County had a very significant increase. So unfortunately, this virus crosses county lines, and it's very dangerous, and we've lost people in Eastern Washington. There's a lot of tragedies there. So I don't think it's so different that we should not be aggressive in our efforts. Now, there might be some things that we can have a more targeted approach, for instance, perhaps, and we've not made decisions on this, but like for elective surgery, we've looked at the possibility of hospital by hospital, if hospitals can show that they have enough personal protective equipment, they have enough surge capacity, it might allow us to relax the restrictions on elective surgery. That might help some hospitals in Eastern Washington and other places as well. But the fact of the matter is every community can eventually look like New York City if we don't stay on top of this beast. Glad Washingtonians are really committed to winning this battle. Failure is not an option here.
Expect part 2 of our interview with Governor Jay Inslee on tomorrow's newscast. A Mattawa man in his 50s became the third Grant County resident to die from COVID-19. The Grant County Health District confirmed the death Friday, saying the man was not employed prior to or during his illness, and he died at his home. It was Grant County's first death from the coronavirus since April 3rd. There have been 157 confirmed cases in the county, with 52 of those cases in Quincy and 38 in the Mattawa area. Well, heading to what is usually the beginning of tourism season at Lake Chelan, the mayor of Chelan has an unusual message for would-be tourists. Stay away. In a video released Friday, Bob Getty says vacation rentals are banned and people with second homes at the lake and everyone else who doesn't live there should stay away too.
I'm Bob Getty, Mayor of Chelan. COVID-19 has been a lot of challenges for all of us. The Chelan Valley is a very beautiful place. We have a large portion of our community that are retired seniors, and we have a per capita of positives that are near 5 per thousand. To restrict the transfer of the virus, we have banned short-term rentals, and are asking those who have second home here, please do not travel back and forth. This will be over sooner if we all follow the governor's stay home, stay healthy. One home. How do you get this message across? Please don't travel to and from the Chelan Valley. When this is over, our beautiful valley will still be here for the visitor to come and enjoy it with our residents. Thank you.
The city of Chelan has had 23 confirmed cases of the coronavirus. Coming up next, a wildfire near Palisades Road and Wagon Road in Douglas County was contained to about 2 acres after a quick response from firefighters from 2 counties. A certified nursing assistant practicing in Douglas County may no longer tend to vulnerable adults. And travel on Icicle Road and its related trailheads outside Leavenworth will be interrupted a few times in May as fish passage projects go forward along Icicle Creek. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Aging and Adult Care offers many in-home care options and services for seniors and family caregivers. But did you know they also offer free in-home delivered meals? Aging and Adult Care has expanded its program for home-delivered meals to help elderly and vulnerable adults at this challenging time. If you are in need of prepared meals or know someone who could benefit, call Aging and Adult Care for more information about free home-delivered meals. Call 509-886-0700.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Mary Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Mary Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today, 509-663-1710.
Welcome back. In other news, a wildfire near Palisades Road and Wagon Road in Douglas County was contained to about 2 acres after a quick response from firefighters from 2 counties. Grant County Fire District 13 was first on the scene and said the fire was burning in an area that could have led to a significant and prolonged wildfire incident. The fire is under investigation, but the fire district indicated someone burning in windy conditions likely was that cause. Well, a certified nursing assistant practicing in Douglas County may no longer tend to vulnerable adults. The State Department of Health and Adult Protective Services says 68-year-old David M. Cooper mentally abused a vulnerable adult in his care in 2019. His license was suspended and he was placed on a DHS long-time registry, barring him from contact with vulnerable patients. Cooper may still face disciplinary action by the State Department of Health. Well, travel on Icicle Road and its related trailheads outside Leavenworth will be interrupted a few times in May as fish passage projects go forward along Icicle Creek. The Snow Lakes trailhead will close for 5 days in the first part of the month, and Icicle Road itself will go down to 1 lane on occasion between May 1st and August 30th. Trout Unlimited, the City of Leavenworth, and the Icicle Irrigation District will be installing a new water main line as well as a new fish screen at the city's water supply intake. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
The Sangster Motors showroom in Wenatchee continues to be closed temporarily. But did you know that if you're involved in an accident, it's still possible to buy a new vehicle? If you find yourself in that situation, reach out to Sangster Motors and they'll have someone available to help. The service department at Sangster Motors remains open in the event you need a repair. By using the latest guidelines, they can keep you and their staff safe. Pickup and drop off is easy. Call 662-6134.
We appreciate all your business. We appreciate all your support. Everybody stay healthy and God bless you.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Chelan's Wooden Avenue Bridge renovation has received a Project of the Year award from the state chapter of the American Public Works Association, or APWA. The 1927 bridge received a complete makeover that started in 2016 and went from 2 narrow lanes into and out of downtown to a one-way bridge with pedestrian and bike access. The association praised the project for maintaining and improving the character of the historic bridge. Dan Ireland of APWA talks about why the project was special.
I'm Dan Ireland with SCJ out of the Wenatchee office. Had an amazing opportunity to work on the Wooden Avenue Bridge project up in Chelan, Washington. The city for years have been trying to find some solutions to make the entrance into the downtown a little bit more of a gateway feature. Back in 2016, we worked with the Chelan-Douglas Transportation Council, and what we looked at was how can we use one of the town's greatest amenities is the historic bridge. It was all put together by a partnership of a lot of people. There was the Transportation Improvement Board, there was the Chelan-Douglas Transportation Council, there was a lot of city involvement, city staff and their time, and the Historic Downtown Association. We found a solution to open the downtown to people to walk by adding over 1,900 feet of more sidewalks and 1,200 feet of bike lanes. It's a much more active, enjoyable area to be, where you see a lot more people gathering and wanting to be. And the businesses love it. You know, I'd have to say, like, one of my favorite things every time I've been back to the site, especially this past summer, is I am always seeing people sitting and enjoying downtown with ice cream and just hanging out where they never did before. Before, it was just a spot where people just kind of walked from A to B and got through as quick as possible. But now every time I go out there, there's people sitting and enjoying and feeling like they can, and it's a place to do it. Especially across the bridge. I've had numerous people, moms with strollers, saying, thank you, I can now take my stroller across the bridge on the sidewalk and not have to walk in the lane. And those are just, it's very rewarding, and it's just great to see it changing the community to making it more of a downtown as to what they're supposed to be.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, outside we go this afternoon, and a beautiful look at the Wenatchee Valley from our Omi Gardens Sky-Fi Tower camera. Lots of blue skies, especially late afternoon today. We did see, boy, some very strong winds, wasn't there? Just after lunchtime today, we did see a gust of around 37 miles an hour here in the Wenatchee area. Things died down somewhat, but still plenty windy out there. Temperature-wise, it really wasn't too bad today. High temperature unofficially at 69 degrees, slightly above where we should be at 65 for this time of year. Our low this morning was on the warm side at 49 degrees, and that's above 43 where we should be for this time of year. How about that record high, 86 degrees set back in 1987? It was a hot one. 32 our record low, that was in 1970. Precipitation to date, we're still at 1.70 inches for the year going back to January 1st. Sunrise this morning 5:50, and the sunset tonight will be at 8:08. And Uriah, thank you for changing that camera, making me a little dizzy out there as we move down and look at Kashmir now. But as far as tomorrow's weather goes, it really won't be too bad. We will see lots of sun tomorrow. The good news about Tuesday, much less wind. Temperature-wise, we'll see 72 in Moses Lake, also in Ephrata, 71 in Quincy, a beautiful one here in Wenatchee and Kashmir at 70 degrees tomorrow. Remember, not much wind and sunshine. It's going to be a beautiful one tomorrow. Chelan 69, and Omak, you will top off tomorrow at 68 degrees. Surface loop time now, and tonight we will expect a little bit more wind right smack dab along the front of the Cascades, the eastern side of the Cascades, where we will see a 10 to 20 mile an hour wind. There is a little bit of a storm system beginning to wind up out in the Pacific. Here's the frontal boundary. It does move up to the northeast over the next 24 hours, and the frontal part of it will bring some clouds to the west side of the state. We'll see mostly sunny skies, a light breeze for Tuesday. As I just mentioned, temperatures right around the 70-degree mark. And then on Wednesday, a little bit of shower activity moves our way, but not much. A 20% chance of the wet stuff for us on Wednesday. We will stay on the mild side. In fact, Tri-Cities will flirt with 80 degrees on Wednesday. We could see temperatures between 75 and 80 here in the Wenatchee Valley, and then cooler temperatures as we get closer to the end of the week. Thursday, partly cloudy skies. Another area of storminess wrapping itself up outside, or out in the Pacific, I should say, west of Washington and Oregon. So mostly sunny skies for Friday. Light wind, and we'll stay on the mild side with Friday's high temperatures once again mid to upper 60s. Another storm though moving in for Saturday, so that'll keep us a little bit wetter as we get into Saturday and Sunday. In fact, some pretty heavy rainfall amounts are expected in western Washington. Some of that will spill over our way, so a 40% chance of rain for Saturday with mostly cloudy skies. skies. As we get into Sunday, there's that pesky wind back again. We could see wind gusts once again between 30 and 35 miles an hour on Sunday, and a 40% chance of rain. Even some scattered snow showers in the Cascades and back to the east in the Rockies if you're traveling that way. So kind of a wet weekend expected once again as we get ahead about 5 or 6 days. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating and Cooling 7-day forecast. 42 overnight tonight, 70 tomorrow. We will see a steady increase in clouds throughout the afternoon, but tomorrow it should be a really nice day. 30% chance of showers on Wednesday. A bit of a temperature dip on Thursday and Friday, but still above normal with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. And then on Saturday and Sunday, yeah, unfortunately, mostly cloudy. A 40% chance of rain each day. Temperatures, though, not bad, mainly in the mid to upper 60s. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Owner Andrew Vickery brings years of experience to help you transition your backyard into a place where memories are made, family time is looked forward to, and friends are always welcome. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa offers many different styles and sizes of artesian spas, both new and used, as well as residential and commercial pool and spa services, regular maintenance and repairs, and all the chemicals required to keep your pool and spa crystal clear. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa today.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. Eric Granstrom staying home and staying healthy. Well, good news from the governor today. Reopening of fishing and golfing. Twosomes if you're golfing and day trips if you're fishing. I'll have more on the fishing front coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Well, the Seahawks wrapped up the 2020 NFL Draft on Friday and Saturday, taking 7 more players. Seattle ended up picking 2 defensive ends, 2 tight ends, a running back, offensive guard, and wide receiver. Following their first-round pick on Thursday and taking Texas Tech linebacker Jordan Brooks, Seattle took Tennessee defensive end Darrell Taylor in the 2nd round. LSU guard Damian Lewis was a 3rd-round pick. Then came Stanford tight end Colby Parkinson and Miami running back DJ Dallas in the 4th round. Syracuse defensive end Alton Robinson became a Seahawk in the 5th round, followed by receiver Freddie Swain of Florida in the 6th, and LSU tight end Stephon Sullivan in the 7th. Now, despite the challenges of working under social separation guidelines and a pandemic, the 2020 NFL Draft went off without a hitch. It's something Seattle General Manager John Schneider and Coach Pete Carroll were very pleased about.
These are tough times for everybody right now, and you know I'm very proud that the National Football League was able to put this together, and that that all of us, scouts, coaches, owners, and the commissioner, everybody, we got through this and put it together for everybody, because I've been getting a lot of feedback that it was a lot of entertainment and it was a lot of relief for people and provided a lot of hope. So, yeah, Pete, did you want to add to that? Or
I think it's worth mentioning about really the vision right from the top of that, Roger, because we've talked to Roger quite a bit during this process about how he's going to pull this off and how we're going to do it. And he really gave really sound leadership and strong leadership, and had a real vision that it would be could be a great event for the country under the circumstances, and everybody's looking for a little uplift right now. And hopefully that it served as that. It sure seemed like it. We didn't get to watch the broadcast as much, but just the effort by everybody to pull this off and to make it happen, it's pretty magical. This was a big challenge, and we've learned a lot. Probably evolved quite a bit more than you might think, in the way we'll do things in the future and all that. So, but all in all, I'm glad it was a good, successful event. We're really excited about what we've been able to do, and looking forward to sharing it with you.
Now, with the draft now in the books, Seattle has made some moves to release 2 veteran offensive linemen. Seattle released former first-round pick DJ Fluker, as well as center Justin Britt. Britton missed much of last season with a knee injury, while Fluker started most of the year at right guard. Fluker went to his Twitter page to thank the Seahawks and their fans.
Hi, Twelves. I'm DJ Fluker. I'm pretty sure you all have heard the news. I want to thank John and Pete for showing me much respect during this time. I want to thank my family and my team for supporting me, and best believe, Twelves, I definitely will see you around.
Well, the move clears $12.2 million of salary cap space, which leads some to speculate that the search is back on to find Jadeveon Clowney and see if he'll remain a Seattle Seahawk. We'll find out more about that. Former Wenatchee Panther and Washington Husky Trey Adams did not get drafted, but he is heading to Buffalo. The offensive tackle signed an undrafted free agent contract to play for the Bills Saturday, according to his dad, Bud. Following his sophomore season, Trey was expected to be one of the top offensive linemen in the draft, but injuries to his knee and back forced him to redshirt his junior year, and due to the pandemic, he wasn't able to perform for scouts during a pro day and prove his healthy comeback. Now, at least he'll get a chance to show his ability with the Bills. I'm trying to hook up with Trey on a Zoom conference. We'll hopefully have that this week. A decision on the 2020 summer collegiate baseball season for the West Coast League. It won't come for a while, maybe mid-May, they say, but the league is already down a team. Friday, the Bellingham Bells announced they would not field a team this summer because they don't have a place in which to play. The mayor of Bellingham announced late last week that all public parks and facilities would remain closed until the end of August. That includes Joe Martin Field, where the Bells call home. The West Coast League may feel some added pressure now with the Cape Cod League, the premier summer collegiate league in the country, announcing the cancellation of its season. The 10-team league said Friday its executive committee made the decision in a unanimous vote based on the health concerns and safety needed for all involved. The West Coast League is scheduled to start its season the first weekend of June. Well, here's what we have coming up on the NCWLIFE sports broadcast schedule this week. It begins tomorrow night in a great game of our past with Unified Basketball from 2018 between Eastmont and Wenatchee. Don't miss a minute of that special broadcast with yours truly tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Then on Thursday, Hockey Night features the Wenatchee Wild and Vernon Vipers from a game in February at the Town Toyota Center. Art Checker has the call at 7. Friday, it's another great game of our past featuring Eastmont and Wenatchee girls soccer from 2018. Sebastian Moraga and Matt Wiesen will have the call at 7. Then Saturday at 1:30, we'll go back to 2018 and feature some girls bowling in the battle for the district title between Wenatchee and Eastmont. I'm joined by Paul Paiva on that call. That's at 1:30 on Saturday. Then Saturday night at 6:30, a rebroadcast of our first ever Wenatchee Apple Sox game. That's from last June against the Walla Walla Sweets. We'll have that at 6:30 on Saturday night. With sports news, I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And following Governor Inslee's press conference earlier today, it doesn't really matter now, but maybe it helped as dozens of people took to the water Saturday to express their frustration with fishing being shut down during the COVID-19 pandemic. About 24 boaters congregated near the George Seller Bridge in Wenatchee, with many more people lining the shores. At the same time, a protest in Moses Lake drew similar numbers. But as reported at the top of the news, Governor Inslee is now lifting the ban on fishing, and you'll be able to hit the waters once again on May 5th. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. I'm going to ask you the musical question. Who can take a rainbow, wrap it in a sigh, soak it in the sun, and make a groovy lemon pie? I'll tell you tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Also, Eric Granstrom had a chance to sit down with Jeremy Anders, the general manager of the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. We'll catch up with Jeremy, find out what their plans are for this spring and this summer, and everything you need to start your Tuesday the right way. It's live and local. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCWLIFE magazine right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.